What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham G.S. and Matthews, break down all the original content you watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the May 13th, 2024 edition of Raw Talk. Megan Morant, Sam Roberts in the studio, opening the episode showing off the updated brackets for both the King of the Ring tournament and the Queen of the Ring tournament, before replaying Lyra Valkyria's victory over Zoe Stark in the quarterfinals on Monday's Raw. Also replaying the Becky Lynch-Dakota Kai matchup, Becky Lynch winning by disqualification, Lyra making the save for Becky. We hear from Damage Control after the fact backstage, I think with Jackie Redmond, and Dakota Kai says that it's been a while since Becky was last in their business, that being probably around WrestleMania 39 season, going into that pay-per-view, when Becky, Alita, and Trish beat Damage Control at that pay-per-view. She also says that Io Sky will be the new Queen of the Ring when all is said and done, come Queen of the Ring, the King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view, that is. Io Sky says something in Japanese, and that was it. Back in the studio, they preview Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship at King and Queen of the Ring. They replay the Fatal 4-Way #1 Contenders Tag Team match won by, I was going to say the Creed Brothers and not Authors of Pain. It was won by, oh my god, I can't even remember. It was fucking Awesome Truth and Judgment Day. Finn Balor and JD McDonough, and that was it. I honestly couldn't even remember. But we hear from Awesome Truth after the fact backstage. Truth says that he used to want to be in Judgment Day. No longer. And Miz says that they will beat Judgment Day to retain the title. It's pretty basic stuff here. So back in the studio, they preview Awesome Truth and Judgment Day for the World Tag Team Championship. Coming up at some point, they didn't say that it would happen at the King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view. You would think, but it's probably, that feels to me like a Raw match. So it either happens next week or the week after. Wouldn't be surprised. They replay Shayna Baszler losing to Io Sky in the quarterfinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. They preview Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky in the next round, which should be a great match. Hopefully they give that one time next week on Raw. Sam Roberts says that Lyra Valkyria is famished for gold. Coming off her loss to the NXT Women's Championship, she wants gold back. He also says that Damage Control wants to re-cement themselves as the dominant force in WWE and the Raw Women's division. You could say the same thing for her, though. The same weekend that Lyra lost, unless he was talking about Io and I missed it and I just misheard him. But you could say the same thing about Lyra that you can about Io, in that Lyra lost the NXT Women's Championship the exact same weekend that Io Sky lost the WWE Women's Championship. So both of them are looking for gold, although there's been zero indication so far that winning the Queen of the Ring tournament would get you a title shot. Although he does say, to be fair, that there is some gold in the crown, which I guess there is. They showed off the crowns. I don't know if it's gold or not, but whatever. I guess that's what he means. They replay the Bronson Reed win over Akira Tozawa, a quick squash. We hear from Bronson Reed backstage, and Bronson Reed recalls beating Akira Tozawa twice, Otis twice, Chad Gable twice, and he's also beaten Sami Zayn before. So he says that come that Intercontinental Championship at King and Queen of the Ring, it's all about business for me. It's not personal like it is with Sami and Chad Gable, and that Intercontinental Championship belongs to me. Sam Roberts says that Chad Gable's a great coach, despite the fact that both of his pupils, Akira and Otis, lost on Monday's Raw. Even Maxine Dupree was not in action on Monday, but she did lose in the Queen of the Ring first-round matchup against Shayna Baszler at the live event on Sunday, replacing Zelina Vega. So all of his pupils have lost, and they are fucking losers. It's taking him a long time to distance themselves from the rest of Alpha Academy. I know they're taking their time with it. They really want people to pop when Otis probably turns on Chad or attacks him or whatever. But, I'm not saying it's taking too long, but from a storyline standpoint, why is he continuing to associate himself with a fucking loser faction? It just doesn't make sense. So they preview the Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat for the pay-per-view. They also replay Gunther beating Sami Zayn, or not Sami Zayn, he lost to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. They replay Gunther beating Kofi Kingston in the quarterfinal match on Monday. Megan Morant says that Gunther was at some points in danger during that match, which I'm not really sure the outcome was ever in doubt, but I see her point. Sam Roberts says that match also proved a lot like the match with Sheamus last week, that Gunther can take punishment. It served as a reminder that for as dominant as he is, he can also take punishment before coming out victorious. So they replay Jey Uso beating Ilya Dragunov in the quarterfinals in the main event of Monday's Raw. To advance the next week, he will face Gunther in the semifinals. It should be a good match. We just saw that match like a month or two ago. I would have much rather seen Gunther and Dragunov like a lot of people, but we're not getting it right now, and that's fine. I just don't want Jey Uso to win the whole thing. I really don't think he should beat Gunther. I think that'd be fucking stupid, in my personal opinion. And I know he's over, and he does deserve a title. King of the Ring would not really benefit him, in my opinion, but whatever. That match happens next week on Raw. They also preview Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable one-on-one for next week's Raw as well. They may have made that official during Raw and I missed it. This was the first time I've heard of that match being announced for Raw next week, but they do advertise that. And they also plug Bayley, the WWE Women's Champion, for the bump coming up on Wednesday. So that was Raw Talk in a nutshell. We heard from, like I said, Bronson Reed. We heard from Damage Control. We heard from Awesome Truth. Pretty standard stuff here after another good episode of Raw on Monday, I thought. Check out my written review of the show over on WrestleRant.com. Be sure to like this video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Have an awesome one, guys. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.